What is recession? Do we have one? Is it coming? What does it mean for you? First of all, what is recession? We've been hearing this word a lot lately. The economy is bad. The economy is about to enter a recession. We're in a recession. What does it mean? What do you actually mean when you say the economy is in a recession or the economy is bad? A recession is a significant decline in economic activity that lasts for more than a few months. It's typically measured by a decline in gross domestic product, a decline in income, a decline in employment, and a decline in retail sales. Typically, a recession is defined as 2 consecutive quarters of declining GDP. So if we look at the first quarter of this year and the second quarter of this year, and if both of these quarters show a decline in GDP, then we can say that we're in a recession. Typically, a recession is followed by a period of economic recovery, which is called a recovery. Sometimes there's a little dip and then there's a recovery. Sometimes there's a bigger dip and there's a longer recovery. Sometimes recessions happen one after another, like in the early 1980s or in the early 2000s. Sometimes we have a long period of economic expansion, like we did from 2009 to 2020. Recessions are a normal part of a business cycle. Most economists agree on that. How deep a recession is and how quickly it happens or how quickly it ends is not something that economists can predict very well. So, is the U.S. economy in a recession right now? Well, the first quarter of this year, GDP declined at an annual rate of 1.6%. That's because people were spending less on goods and more on services. Because of that, businesses cut back on investment and reduced their inventories. Those are the 2 biggest components of GDP. So because people were spending less on stuff, GDP declined. Does that mean that we're in a recession? Well, not necessarily. 1 quarter of declining GDP is not enough to say that we're in a recession. We need 2 consecutive quarters of declining GDP. So we'll have to wait until the end of June to see whether the second quarter was also bad. If it was, then yes, we'll be in a technical recession. But will it feel like a recession? Will there be widespread unemployment? Will people feel poorer? It's really hard to say. The best way to think about a recession is not in terms of a single number, GDP, but in terms of what's happening to people's lives. Are people losing their jobs? Are they able to pay their rent or mortgage? Are they able to buy food and other necessities? These are the things that we should be paying attention to.